The figures on this are so stark, which is why I wanted to bring them to you. Black women are more than twice as likely to die than white women during pregnancy, childbirth or the postnatal period. More than twice as likely to die and more likely as well to lose their child. And for me, it comes back to women not being listened to in the process as well, and the sort of sad truth that certain women, particularly women from non-white backgrounds, are more likely to not be listened to than others. Well, we can talk now to the creator of the film, Pippa Vosper, and the lead actress, Pippa Bennett-Warner, who join us now. Thank you both so much for being with us. This is a story that I feel very, very strongly about, as I know lots of people will as well. Pippa, I just want to reflect on the stats that we just saw, because I think this is a really important part of the story. That if you are a black woman, you are so much more likely to have a bad outcome.
I mean, I think it's... You know, it shouldn't matter what colour you are when you walk into a maternity ward, and unfortunately it does. And those figures and those numbers should feel impossible, but they're real and they're a disgrace. And Pippa and I are super committed to getting those statistics changed. They've been around for an awfully long time, and it's time for them to there needs to be parity within the maternity health space.
You see, this is it, because I remember looking at these figures for a while. It's a story that I've been interested in for a long time, you know, and it feels it's only recently, to be honest, that we're actually acknowledging how bad the stats are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny the numbers.
Yep.
Do you think it's like, I guess, doctors or midwives just not listening to black women?
100%. And I think, you know, everybody's looking at data, which is great. One needs data to sort of move, you know, forward. But we've got to look at individual cases. Black women are not just a data point. They're individuals. They are as equal as white women. And that the use of data and the constant sort of referring to that is so frustrating, and that's why we made the film, because something about film, you know, the power of film is that you can connect to it, and if you can connect to it and feel something, you might be activated to help make change.
And I want to talk a little bit more about the film and the message behind it and how it all came together in a moment, if we can, Pippa. But this is a deeply personal issue for you as well, if you're open to sharing that with us.
Yeah, sure. So in 2017, at 5 months into my pregnancy, I gave birth to my son in our bathroom at home, and he was alive for a short space of time. Now, the first question I asked was, did I kill my baby, to the authorities, because I felt like it was my fault. So it came to light that had I been given a greater number of scans, this could have been prevented, because my mucus plug had come out. You know, the bigger my baby got, the more weak my cervix was getting. So to have increased scans possibly could have saved my baby and many other babies. And then when I wrote my book, Beyond Grief, on miscarriage and pregnancy loss, I interviewed 400 women in COVID, because everyone was readily available to talk on Zoom. And across the country, it became very clear very quickly that black women and women of colour had deeply layered experiences. So I immediately called my friend Pippa, because as a white woman, I can't take this forward. And Pippa and I immediately said that moment that we're going to make a film. And it took 5 years, because getting financing, getting people to support a story that wasn't a white experience was much more difficult.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about your loss.
Thank you.
And it's absolutely heartbreaking. And I think when you're talking about feeling guilt about what happened as well, that's something that I'm sure a lot of women will relate to as well.
Yeah.
Even though it's completely wrong, I should say. Yeah.
And if Pippa, the film obviously is now made. Congratulations on you guys getting it through it. Tell us a little bit about the film, and I guess, do you have a sense of reward on finishing it, given how you said it's going to be such a mountain to climb to get it done?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working every single day. I mean, you know, we don't get paid for this, you know, not that that's the end goal, but we literally work every single day, you know, 7 days a week on this. And we did release it on YouTube last week. We were speaking to distributors, and then we were going to project the film onto a London landmark. We were shut down by authorities, and we decided there and then we have to get this film out there now.
Yeah.
So we released it last week on YouTube for everyone to have access to it, rather than having to pay for a streaming service.
Can I talk about what actually needs to change? Because, look, if you look at the stats on this, like we were reflecting on some of them earlier, weren't we, how shocking it is that this is so widespread. And I kind of feel that we all have a, you know, story about a birth not going well, or you know, someone we know having an awful experience, and it just seems so clear. And yet I just don't understand why we can't move forward and have a better experience? What is there something that you're kind of calling for that you'd like to see happen?
For Wes Streeting, because he talks a lot and he says urgent changes. So now this month, December, there's supposed to be the first round of investigative reporting and, like something to come from what he said back in summer, that there's an urgent investigation coming. But I'm sure he means to do well, and I'm sure every person in government means to do well, but whether or not that action's being taken and whether or not anything's going to happen, I'm afraid I don't have much faith. What about you, Pip?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, he's aware of our film and he knows of the work that we've done, and it would be great for him to look us in the eye and actually have a conversation about black maternal trauma and what we're going to do about it.
Do you think the issue is broader than just maternal care? When it comes, I mean, the statistics are so stark in this area that it's undeniable. Do you think it's broader than that in terms of there being racial issues across the NHS or not?
I mean, yeah, possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the maternity ward is a great place to start, and it's a really potent place to start because that's where all the stats are. I feel like, yes, possibly.
Well, with the film, I mean, congratulations again, and it's something that, we can put directly to the Health Secretary, I think, next time he comes in. Have you had, Pippa, any direct engagement and any kind of sense that they're listening?
Well, we've had word back from his core team, and we know they're his core team because very kindly the NHS team that we've been working with at St Thomas's, Gubi Aida particularly, have put us through to the right people. So we know he's aware of our film, but perhaps because Pippa and I are being extremely loud and because of our media connections, he has an apprehension to speak to us because we would be able, where other incredible organisations may not have the access that we have because we are in the media. We know he's there. We know he is aware of us because his direct core team have been back to us. But we want to know, with our voices and our press contacts, why he's not engaging with us. We would love to speak to him.
Well, thank you both so much. Keep being extremely loud. Extremely important.
Thank you for having
me
us.
with you. Thank you very much. And thanks again. I know it's such a difficult thing to talk about because you have so much trauma and everything. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
for having us.